everyone, and welcome back to your favorite podcast, all about manifesting those big dreams.
Absolutely.
And we're diving deep today into a topic that's seriously powerful.
Yeah.
It's all about the law of detachment and how we can really supercharge your manifestation game.
You know, I think a lot of people get so caught up in the whole law of attraction thing
Right.
that they totally miss this crucial piece, like the secret sauce
Yeah, it's
to making it all work.
And honestly, I think the word detachment itself can be kind of misleading.
I agree.
When I first heard it, I pictured like someone who's totally indifferent,
Yeah.
just like whatever happens, happens.
Apathetic.
Yeah, exactly.
Not caring.
But that's not what we're talking about at all, is it?
Not at all.
So help us clear this up. What does detachment really mean when it comes to manifestation?
Detachment is definitely not about suppressing your desires or pretending you don't care.
Okay.
It's more about releasing that anxious grip on exactly how and when your desire is going to manifest. It's like you've planted a seed, you know you've watered it.
Okay.
Now you trust that it will grow
Got it.
in its own perfect timing.
Yeah.
You don't dig it up every day to check on it.
That's a way better image
Right.
than the indifferent person.
Exactly.
So it's like trusting that there's this bigger force at work,
Mm-hmm.
like having faith in the universal gardening system.
Exactly. And this is where the law of assumption comes in.
Okay, so remind us about that one.
So the law of assumption is all about assuming the feeling of your wish fulfilled,
Okay.
living as if it's already happened.
So we're assuming our desire is real, but we're not obsessing over the details.
Right.
How does that work with detachment?
Okay, well, think about it. When we're super attached to a specific outcome,
Yeah,
we tend to worry, doubt, and get impatient,
it's true.
right? And all that negative energy creates resistance.
Ugh.
It's like we're trying to force a square peg into a round hole.
Ouch. Yeah, they could practically feel that mental struggle.
It just doesn't fit. But when we practice detachment, it's like we're finally using the right shape peg.
Yeah, okay.
We're letting go of that desperate need to control the outcome.
Mm-hmm.
And that allows us to truly embody the feeling of already having our desire without all the mental blocks.
So it's about aligning our energy with what we want without getting bogged down by the how.
Yes.
I'm really curious about the science behind this, though.
Yes.
Our sources touched on some fascinating studies about the brain and detachment.
Oh, absolutely. This is where things get really interesting.
Okay, let's hear it.
One of the key things our sources highlighted is the role of stress.
Okay.
When we're fixated on something and feeling anxious,
Yeah.
our amygdala, which is basically our brain's alarm system,
Right.
goes haywire.
Ah, those pesky amygdala alarm bells.
Right?
Not exactly conducive to manifesting, are they?
Not at all.
Yeah.
But here's the cool part. When we practice detachment, we actually calm down that overactive amygdala,
Okay.
allowing our prefrontal cortex, which is the rational problem-solving part of our brain, to take over.
So we're literally switching from panic mode to problem-solving mode.
Exactly.
I bet that makes us way better at spotting opportunities and making decisions.
Exactly. And it gets even more mind-blowing.
Oh, really?
We're talking neuroplasticity here,
Okay.
the ability of our brains to rewire themselves.
Wow.
When we combine detachment with visualization,
Mm-hmm.
we're actually changing the physical structure of our brains to recognize our desired outcome as the new normal.
Wait, so we're not just thinking differently.
Right.
We're physically changing our brains.
It really is. That's incredible. And the sources gave some great examples of how powerful this can be.
Oh, cool.
One study found that people who regularly practiced visualizing their goals while feeling detached were significantly more likely to achieve those goals compared to those who just visualized without the detachment.
Interesting.
Their brains were literally wired for success.
Okay, I'm sold on the science,
Good.
but I know what our listeners are thinking.
What's that?
That's great in theory. But how do I actually detach?
Yeah,
It all sounds a bit abstract.
I hear you. That's why we're going to break it down into practical steps.
Okay.
And we'll connect each step back to the science and concepts we've discussed so far.
Perfect. Let's get actionable.
Let's do it. So the first step to detachment is setting clear intentions. Be very specific about what you want, but don't get caught up in micromanaging the how.
So if I want to write a novel, I should focus on the feeling of accomplishment and creative flow, not on obsessing over a specific publishing deal or word count.
Exactly. Let the universe handle the logistics. Your job is to embody the energy of the desire itself. Now, the second step might feel a bit counterintuitive,
Okay.
but it's crucial embracing uncertainty.
Yeah.
This means getting comfortable with not knowing all the steps, trusting that things will unfold in perfect timing, even if you can't see the whole path laid out in front of you right now.
It's like that trust fall exercise, but instead of falling backward into a teammate's arms,
Yeah.
you're falling forward into the universe's plan.
I love that analogy, and it highlights something really important. What we resist persists.
Oh, yeah.
The more we try to control every little detail, the more resistance we create, which actually blocks the flow of abundance.
So detachment is about surrendering the need to be in control,
Yeah.
allowing ourselves to be guided by something bigger. That makes sense, but it also sounds a bit scary.
It can be, but that's where the third step comes in shifting your focus to the present moment. Mindfulness is key here, whether it's through meditation journaling, spending time in nature, or simply paying attention to your breath.
Okay.
Anything that brings you into the N-Now W is a powerful way to practice detachment.
Because when we're fully present, we're not dwelling on past disappointments or anxieties about the future, which are major sources of attachment.
Exactly, and this brings us to the fourth step, reframing failure. Detachment helps us see setbacks not as proof that we're doing something wrong, but as valuable feedback and course correction. It's like your GPS recalculating the route when you miss a turn.
Okay, I really like that analogy. Instead of getting discouraged, we see obstacles as opportunities to learn and adjust our approach. But how do we actually shift our mindset from, ooh, this isn't working, to, okay, the universe is redirecting me. Let's see where this leads.
That's a great question, and it ties into some really interesting research on how our brains work. Remember the Zynic Effect we talked about earlier?
Refresh my memory. What was that again?
It's that phenomenon where our brains tend to remember incomplete tasks better than completed ones, like how a song you only heard once can get stuck in your head for days.
Oh, right. I hate when that happens.
Ah.
So how does this relate to detachment?
Well, think about it. When we're attached to a desire, it's like we have this open loop in our minds. We're constantly thinking about it, worrying about it, which keeps it front and center in our awareness.
Because it feels unfinished. But when we detach, we're essentially completing that loop, allow our minds to let go and move on.
Precisely. And this reduction in overthinking can be incredibly helpful in fostering clarity and allowing us to be more present, which, as we discussed, is a key element of detachment.
So it's like hitting that complete button on a to-do list, which frees up mental space for other things.
Yeah.
Including being open to the opportunities the universe is sending our way.
Exactly. And this ties in beautifully with the concept of flow state, which is another area where detachment can really enhance our manifesting abilities.
Flow state, that's when we're totally absorbed in what we're doing. Time seems to fly by, and we're incredibly productive and creative.
Okay.
I've definitely experienced that when I'm writing. It's like I'm channeling some higher source of inspiration.
Exactly. Csikszentmihalyi, the psychologist who coined the term, described it as a state of complete absorption and effortless concentration. His research found that when we're in flow, we're aligned with this high vibrational energy that makes us incredibly effective in whatever we're doing.
So it's like we're tapping into a source of pure creative power, and detachment helps us get there.
Precisely. Detachment helps us enter that flow state by reducing mental clutter and allowing us to fully focus on the task at hand without all the worry and self-doubt that usually hold us back.
So we're not getting in our own way. We're letting the creative energy flow through us.
And this reminds me of something fascinating from quantum physics called the observer effect.
Ooh, we're going quantum. Love it when science and spirituality converge like this. So what is the observer effect?
It's the idea that the mere act of observing something can actually influence its behavior. Basically, just by looking at something, we can change it.
Whoa! So our attention has power. How does this relate to manifestation and detachment?
When we apply the observer effect to manifestation, it means that when we detach, we're observing our desires as already achieved without interfering with their manifestation through fear or control.
So we're trusting the universe to do its thing without trying to micromanage the process. We're not collapsing the wave function of possibilities with our doubt and worry.
Exactly. We're allowing the energy of our desires to flow freely without imposing our limited perspectives on how things should happen.
We're stepping back and letting the universe work its magic.
Precisely. Now, I know we've covered a lot of ground today, so let's shift gears and talk about how we can actually integrate these principles of detachment into our daily lives.
Yes, give us the practical tips. I'm ready to start putting this into practice. All right, so we've got the science, we've got the theory, but how do we actually, live this detachment thing?
Well, one simple but powerful practice is to start and end your day with a gratitude visualization combo.
Okay, I like where this is going.
Find a quiet space. close your eyes and really vividly imagine yourself like you're already experiencing those desires,
Mm-hmm.
Feel all the emotions, the senses, everything. Really immerse yourself in that experience and then release that whole image with a feeling of gratitude,
Okay.
knowing it's on its way to you.
Like sending a little energetic package out to the universe.
Yeah.
Full of good vibes.
Yes. And speaking of sending out those positive vibes, another great technique is using affirmations of trust.
Okay, love those.
Throughout your day, repeat phrases like, everything is working out for my highest good,
Mm-hmm.
or I trust the timing of my life.
So we're like consciously choosing to focus on thoughts that align with detachment.
Exactly.
Abundance.
Remember, repetition is key here.
Right.
The more we repeat these affirmations, the more we reprogram our subconscious to believe them. And that shifts our energy, making us a magnet for what we want.
It's like we're creating those new neural pathways
Absolutely.
of trust and abundance.
Yes, and perhaps the most important way to integrate detachment is to simply practice mindful living.
Okay, I'm listening.
This means being present in each moment, savoring those simple joys, engaging in activities that bring you fulfillment.
So instead of chasing the next big thing or worrying about what might go wrong,
Exactly.
we're finding contentment in the now.
Because the more we're aligned with that positive energy of the present moment, the faster our desires manifest. It's like we're raising our vibration to match the frequency of our dreams.
That makes total sense.
Yeah.
So detachment isn't about giving up on our dreams.
Right.
It's about shifting our perspective,
Mm-hmm.
aligning our energy with that natural flow of abundance.
Beautifully said, and remember, it's a practice.
Of course.
There will be moments when you feel that old familiar grip of attachment trying to creep back in.
Oh, yeah.
That's okay. Just notice it, gently redirect your thoughts, and reaffirm your trust in the process.
Be patient with ourselves.
Yes.
Celebrate the little wins.
Exactly. And as you continue to practice detachment, you'll likely notice a shift not just in your ability to manifest your desires, but also in your overall sense of peace and well-being.
Because we're letting go of the struggle,
Mm-hmm.
the need to control everything,
Mm-hmm.
and allowing ourselves to be carried by the current of life, trusting that it will lead us exactly where we need to be.
Well said. That's the beauty of detachment. It's not just about getting what we want. It's about aligning with a higher wisdom, a universal intelligence that knows what's best for us, even if we can't always see it.
Powerful stuff. All right, deep divers, we hope this exploration of detachment has inspired you to loosen your grip on the how and the when,
Yes.
and trust that your desires are already on their way.
Remember, detachment is not about apathy or indifference. It's about aligning with the flow of abundance, recognizing that what you desire is already on its way, and trusting that the universe has your back every step of the way.
Letting go of fear, embracing the journey with an open heart and a playful spirit. Thank you so much for joining us on this deep dive. Until next time, keep diving deep and keep manifesting your dreams.
If you're enjoying our podcast and the insights we share, you'll absolutely love our ebooks crafted to take your manifestation journey to the next level. These ebooks are your ultimate tools to manifest abundance, love, confidence, and prosperity. Whether you're looking to master your self-concept, unlock financial freedom, or design the life of your dreams, we've got you covered. Inside, you'll find step-by-step guides, practical exercises, and bonus tools like printable affirmation cards and daily habits to keep you aligned with your goals. Simple, actionable, and designed to fit into even the busiest lifestyle, these ebooks are your personal roadmap to success and happiness. Take the next step in your manifestation journey. Click the link, explore our ebooks, and start creating the life you deserve today.